to Allegedly Fridays, where all things said are for entertainment purposes only and are alleged. Ooh, how's everybody doing today? So, we got a couple that rolled over from Wednesday. It's been rumored that Elon Musk could possibly be buying Atlantic and appointing Nikki to be its CEO. Now, this is totally a rumor. We haven't had anything to substantiate this, but still in awe, still, we're going to tap into it. DJ Booth. Yes, DJ Booth. So DJ Booth has been called out, dragged, and child, listen. They said they found a link between DJ Booth possibly betraying Wendy Williams and putting Nikki, in a complicated position. We're gonna look into DJ Booth. Stylist Eric Archibald. Okay. So we've been hearing about stylist Eric Archibald as of lately because he's suing Megan the Stallion. Now, last time I looked into it on Megan's side, y'all know I always tell her don't go to court and she go and it is what it is. But this is an esteemed stylist. And I don't think that people know enough about him, his history, and who he is. So this isn't an up and coming stylist that needed to work with Megan. Megan commissioned him, not the other way around. Now, with that being said, this is a stylist that is styled, people all the way from Remy Ma all the way up to Beyonce. Yes, he has styled Beyonce. Not at the beginning of her career, but in the thick of her career when her notoriety is and was at its highest point. So um with that being said, it makes a lot of sense that he would handle it the way that he did, that he stretched it out as long as he did to try to, keep a good work relationship, not so much so for Megan's sake, but for the Carters. Because if he's been a stylist for Beyonce, I would think that him doing whatever he could do to smooth this out for over a year was more so about his relationship with the Carters. So I want to look into him. Now, Big Tigger and his wife, child. Now, if this ain't a mess, Big Tigger's wife has insinuated that he could be abusing her. She went live with well, I don't know if she went live. Let me take that back. She uploaded a video. There we go. She uploaded a video of her with injuries. No clear statement as to what happened or to how it happened. Welcome to membership. So she has a very colorful history. She has a missing child, like active missing child on the missing child registry. And it's it's been said by the father of that child that she made a lot of, false allegations towards him, stating that he was abusing her and put him in and out of jail, for possibly almost like 2 to 3 years in the state of Maryland until they started to catch on to what she was doing. He had to fight to get custody of his child because this lady, and this part is not alleged, there's a news report. This lady went to the casino on New Year's Eve, left the baby in the parking structure for 8 hours in the freezing cold. So he had to fight to get custody of his daughter. And he finally got custody of his daughter through the court, full custody. And the baby disappeared the day that he got full custody. Mom was supposed to be doing a supervised visit. They can't confirm that she ever showed up for the supervised visit, but as soon as he got the order that he had full custody, the baby disappeared. So they don't have any proof connecting her to the disappearance of this child. But she's been missing for, I want to say, 10 years now. She would be 17 years old. So he's insinuating that she could have took the child, placed the child with a family member. He said he tried to speak to Tigger early on, to see if he knew anything about his daughter when he found out they were getting married. Tigger never responded. And then, here it is, they're married, they have a child together. So I wanted to tap into this situation to see, is Big Tigger's wife lying about DV? Is she setting this man up for a downfall so that she could file for divorce, take the child, and pretty much have his hands legally tied? Or is there an actual problem going on in this situation where she could really actually be being mishandled? So I'm gonna do these, and depending on how I feel when I get done, I'll ask all of y'all to give me another topic. So, oh man, let's see how many we got in here. Okay, what is that? 198. That's what's up. Hey, 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 hey. Said I heard this story. The daughter will resent her mom after this. That's so evil. Um, I pray that when the truth does come to light about what is actually happening, that little girl, she's safe for one, and for two, if they can find her safe, because that's more important than anything, they need to get her the best counseling that they can afford to get her. And I mean, really put her in some deep counseling, because that's something that's going to take a lot, and I mean a lot of healing from, because you're growing up with a alternate reality, alternate, identity possibly. You thought you knew who you were, but you don't. You got a parent that you don't even know. And they're saying that this lady is a cybersecurity specialist. So that's interesting. It's like, what's going on with all of these situations with these females that are cybersecurity specialists tied up into all these weird situations? Even when you look at the Diddy situation, baby mom is a cybersecurity specialist. And well, we're gonna get off into the DJ booth thing in a moment. I just wanted to give a few more people a chance to get in here. Um, Jonathan Hay, I think that's a case that everybody needs to pay very, very close attention to. Um, Jonathan Hay he's been very vocal for the last few years, and I don't think anybody took what he was saying serious, but this case could definitely lead to criminal charges for Diddy. So I think that's going to be a very important case for everybody to watch. And not only that, he's someone that also worked in the industry. So I'm looking into doing cybersecurity too. I mean, it's a great profession. You're going to make a lot of money. I'm just wondering, why is it that anytime there's some kind of like weird type of movement, you find out some of these women work in cybersecurity. The only reason why that feels very spooky to me is because when you have people that are not wrapped too tight, and you're giving them that type of access to where they can write codes, rewrite codes, they can hack into phones, hack into, you know, email addresses and, you know, internet and things like that. It is just very, very, very unnerving to see someone who could do all those types of things and they're not where they need to be mentally. So it wasn't the one at Reeves House cybersecurity too. You know what? I don't know. That would be intriguing. That would definitely be intriguing. I thought she was into some kind of counseling. But- So let me see, let me see, let me see. I think I got enough of y'all in here. Hey, 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 everybody. So I'm going to start off with stylist Eric Archibald, because I want to get more of the energy around him, because it's kind of unfair that he's getting dragged and people feel like he's clout chasing and all those types of things, when at the end of the day, you know, business is business, and if you're going to do business with someone, you should pay, because you know when people bring you those pieces, they usually commission those pieces, and then you know you pick the pieces you like and then they pay the stylist. So you're leaving, you know, this well, excuse me, pay the designer rather. So you're leaving this stylist in a really bad situation, to where they're going to be forced to have to pay for the pieces and they're not getting paid for their own work. And I don't feel that that's fair for anybody. Let's see, what deck am I gonna use? Interesting. I had one card that was turned the opposite way of the deck, the moon, and two of wands. So that right there tells me that he didn't know what to expect when he accepted this opportunity. Now, here's something very interesting that I just learned today. Um, He was the stylist that styled Megan the night of her black tie gala. So if you remember the first time that we saw her and we saw Clay pop out and she had the hair pulled back, she had on the black gown with the accessorized waistband. He provided that look for her that evening. Now, interesting enough, it was one of those things to where it's like, wait a minute, that's a well iconic, well known look for her. Because when you go back through her whole entire, you know, style portfolio, you're going to always remember that picture of her and Clay the first time they stepped out. Um, Her, you know, at that step and repeat for her nonprofit. So to know that this man dressed you for that nonprofit event, never got paid for that dress. That picture went all around the world. So it's proof that you wore his pieces. Now let's see, because the response from her and her team is that he had put in fraudulent invoices, um, put in orders to addresses where, you know, she was not present or didn't live. So That's going to be interesting because she's going to have to produce proof of where she actually lives or where she was living at the time so that she can prove that he was fraudulently sending things to places where she didn't live. And this could get really messy because if they subpoena phone records and things of that nature, and they align your phone records to whatever address that you claim you stayed and wherever he was sending the pieces, this, ooh, I don't think that he would pursue this long for fraud. And if it was fraud and you did an internal audit, I would think that you would have told him that these were fraudulent from the very beginning and you would have been able to sue him instead of him suing you. But let's see, y'all. It's funny how they don't want to use her being a global superstar for living in other places at this time. Ooh, 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 ooh. Show me Mr. Archibald. Show me Mr. Archibald. Right, so did she not inform her of her move? This is personal to me as my baby is a stylist. Oh, wow. So Entertainment Tonight made sure to tell us that he submitted invoices to all the stallion entities. Well, it sounds like he made sure he covered his back and did what he was supposed to do business wise. So here it is. You got the Queen of Swords here, an air sign, Ace of Wands, Six of Cups. So he has a long-standing history with the people that she's associated with, and I said that from the beginning. So this is how she was able to book him because remember I said that he's also styled Beyonce. So she, it seems like she was the one that was like really, really impulsive, trying to get with him, trying to book him, get him to work with her, and because he had a past with working with the family, the group that she works with, this is it was a no-brainer. But it seems like it was a almost like a last minute thing how this kind of fell in his lap. And because of her associations, it worked out for her. So okay, so that makes sense. So that part is true. She commissioned him and was very aggressive about commissioning him. Yes, Eight of Wands. I need help. I need it swiftly. And this was supposed to be happy for him. Okay. This was supposed to be like, oh, wow. Yeah, sure. Of course, I'll do it. Okay. So here it is deciding to work together. And it seems like this was an arduous process from the beginning. But here it is. He's going to be able to win on the back end. So even though he went through a whole lot and he just dragged through and dragged through and dragged through, he's finally going to get victory. Says she probably thought they were going to pay, but they cut ties with her. Um, well, here's the thing. When you're supposed to be an independent entity, it's always supposed to be you paying. And as an artists, when they're signed to a major label, they get an invoice once a month. She's in control of her own invoice, so I don't know why she thought they would do it. This is not like how it was with her and Carl over at 1501. Like 1501 may have ate the bill, and even with that, they could pay it and then charge her later out of her invoice. I just don't think she really knows what how to conduct business. Yeah, and it's like this whole time. He's like, no, you're not going to push me off. I'm going to fight for my money. Five of Wands, Ten of Pentacles. Um, she she's put this man through a lot of hoops and hurdles. I have to say, allegedly, and for entertainment purposes only. That's what this appears like. It appears like this is a situation to where um, this is like ghosting someone on steroids. You're going all the way out of the way to make sure that you don't give him anything. And I'm seeing that he's tired, but he's willing to fight and go all the way. This is about his integrity, his brand. So I get that. I totally get that. You won't destroy the integrity of my brand. Yeah, he waited a long time to say something. See how hard it was for those cards to finally have a pop out? So it's like now he's like, look, I'm going to do what I have to do to continue to keep manifesting. And here it is. Everybody keeps throwing it back on you, the independent woman. So you're the one that needs to make this happen. So it's not about him sending in the invoices to Rock Nation. It's like pretty much legally she's the one that's liable. She's the independent, so you got to go after her. You at least have to make a concerted effort to go after her. And it's like she's been very, very stingy, very miserly, but she's gonna have to turn over financial records pretty soon, whether it's this Emilio case, this case with Mr. Archibald. Pardon me, y'all. My allergies are starting to act up. So yeah, he's very determined, and I can't be mad at him because, like I said, this goes off into his reputation, not just him being ripped off. You got to think about if he doesn't stop her from doing this, who else is going to do this to him? How else is he going to be able to get special custom pieces to dress other higher profiles people and continue to be a stylist if he's got to pay for the pieces up front, hope that the other person pays him back, and then what if this becomes a thing where everybody feel like they can run off on the plug? That destroys his whole entire business. So how you want my work but don't want to pay? Said we're gonna see how broke she really is, allegedly. Said this is a bad look for her for real. Her brand may suffer behind these lawsuits piling up. Yeah, he said, damn, she tired of going to court. No, apparently not. So she is painting a real good picture of who she really is. So her and Flop Nation stay taken from others. Whew. Oh, that's cute. Let them cook. I like that one. Thank you. Okay, so yeah, you got the death card and Ten of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. So the death card is like a transition. Things had to come to an end. There was no choice but to take this to court because it's like she has this out of sight out of mind thing that she does, and it's like well, you should have got that from them, or I don't know what to tell you, it's over with, I already got it, I already wore it, I mean, what you gonna do? um Child. 10 of Wands. Yeah, this put him in a very, very hard position. And it's like, at the time, it feels like she had it and just wouldn't take care of it. Yeah, family, stability. And see, this is the bigger picture. Family, not so much as actual family, but it's like I've worked with, the people that you got to refer you. So I didn't think there was going to be a problem. There was going to be an issue because I've been working with them for a long time. High Priestess and the Nine of Pentacles. See, she's got to understand, like, people who assist you, hairstylists, clothing stylists, barbers, nail technicians, your makeup artists. These people end up learning a lot of things about you, or the close parameters around you, and these are just not the people that you should really be causing problems with, because you never know how much they know. You never know how much they pick up, and a lot of times they remain quiet because they don't want to mess up, any future deals, any future opportunities. But whew, she's got some secrets that she needs to stay under wraps, and it's like it's this kind of stuff that's going to bring things to light and paint a picture that she can't escape. Yeah, he's like, look, I'm tired. I'm going to stand up for myself. I'm going to defend myself. I'm going to fight back because, I have to protect my stability. And this is a stylist that has been styling people since the late 90s. So when you understand that he came into like styling people in the late 90s, and he's been accredited for styling some very, very well known people since the late 90s, early 2000s, long before it was ever thought of that she would have a career, he was already a stylist. So he's not, just some old, gotta take it back. He's not some old Rudy Poop. Okay. They said he used to style Aaliyah. So you get what I'm saying? He started styling like some very high level people back in, like, I want to say 1996. Justice, King of Pentacles. Child, he ain't letting up. It looks like she's gonna have to pay him. And he gave her a lot of grace, because I'm looking at it here. It's like we would have never knew about this. He planned on keeping this secret. So EJ used to have her looking like a WWE wrestler. Child, if anything, she liked them outfits. She I got to the point where I'm like, okay, you're gonna dress like a major red every time we see you. You need to be popping out doing a video with a marching band, but hell, Glow beat you to that one. I thought that would have been epic for her. She would have done a marching band and, had a routine with the dancers and everything at the halftime show. Yeah, this is gonna expose a lot. Six of Swords. She thought she could get away with this, allegedly. So I would suggest that the best thing she can do is to just go ahead and pay this man and be done with it out of court. Because if you try to take this to court, this is a professional, okay? This isn't someone who is afraid that they'll never work again. And there's so much that's going to come to light. Yeah. So this cycle is going to close out for him on top, because he's made, a lot of money, and he's made a lot of influential, I want to say friendships, and just he's very well respected. I'll put it that way. He's very well respected. So she's not going to be able to get another stylist of his caliber. And this might be why we didn't see her at the Met Gala. Even when she went to Fashion Week, it was like the shows that she went to were the very small shows, not the elite type shows, if you know what I mean. Like Fashion Week has all types of shows. You have the smaller shows, and then you have the grandiose. Like if you go back, you'll see she was at the more regular everyday shows. The smaller, the ones where the regular people could come in if they purchase tickets. So you got the Fool here in Death, and it's like, she has to stop being impetuous, being so quick to do things, because it's like she'll do things quickly and won't think about the consequence, because it's like, well, they'll take care of that, they'll take care of that, they'll take care of that. There is no they'll take care of that. Like, this is something she's going to have to take care of. Said the way the Shade Room tried to twist it again, like she's the victim. Child, the Shade Room gonna mess around and have an issue too. I might put them at the end of the show. We'll see. Yep. Ten of Swords falls under the Ten of Wands. It's like this has been nothing but a heavy burden. He feels totally betrayed. He'll never work with her again. And I'm telling you, he has some very powerful people that he's tied into. So this is going to really, really make it hard for her in the world of fashion. And she needs to pay this man, because this is a form of theft. Okay? Eight of Swords. If he wanted to, he could have pressed charges. He's just suing. So wait, Angel, don't TD Jakes on the share of the Shade Room. I believe I've heard that. I believe I heard that. And if he does own the Shade Room or shares in the Shade Room, then that's even more interesting, that these narratives that come out from over there. You got to ask yourself, why would a bishop want to own a gossip column? Wouldn't a bishop be someone that you expect to look at gossip as tacky and, unbecoming? So for him to be involved in something like that, I think it's because it helps to shape the narrative of the way people see him. Is that right? That's not very Christian at all. It don't feel like it, don't sound like it. So you got Five of Swords, which means there was a lot of conflict. They're going to try to say this was just conflict in communication, but he's like, no, this is not just a conflict in communication. You're not going to just get away with this. Yeah. So he tried to have balance through a new beginning in secret. It seems like he did as much as he could behind the scenes, so nobody had to know about this, because he wanted to continue to work and have stability. But after a while, it's like, no, we gotta just go ahead and handle this in court, because it was like she was never going to pay. Yeah, here it is. Look, here's the work. And that's her. Like, no, thank you. I'm out of here. You said TMZ with Black Air Force Ones on. Y'all crazy. Not the Shade Room. It's TMZ and black Air Force Ones. Yeah, King of Pentacles. Either way it goes, it's like, look, toxic, obsessive. Like she's trying to make it seem like he's toxic and obsessive, but it's like this is someone who is very well accredited. He's very well known. So he's gonna be able to continue to work. If anything, it's gonna make it very, very hard for her. She's gonna find it very hard to hire good people, good standard industry people. Do not be surprised if you see her working with like up and coming like film students or people out of the street that will do videos for like up and coming artists, like they're building their company, building their brand up, because she's burning a lot of bridges with people in the industry. And once people in the industry find out you don't pay, it's one thing for you to be difficult, but you don't pay, absolutely not. Yeah, the Hermit, Eight of Swords. So it's like this this man had to go through a lot to get enlightenment on how to even keep up with her, keep in contact with her. I feel like her information may have changed several times over, like number change, like, okay, well, where do I send this to? Child, this is giving me like being like Brene. Every time you look up, you're in a different Airbnb. So if there is a possibility, okay, if there is a possibility that someone is a globetrotter to avoid being served, she messed with the right one. Two of Swords. So yeah, it's like she cut him off to keep from having to deal with him. But it's like, I guess, yeah, it's kind of weird. It's almost like she thought she was supposed to continue to keep working with him and getting what she wanted out of him. Like, do you know who I am? Do you understand what I bring to the table? And it's like, I could give a damn less. You didn't pay me for the last pieces, so till you pay me, it's that's just gonna be that. Uh-oh. Child, they don't want to get up. Come on now. There we go. Woo. Lord have mercy. So yeah, 9 of Wands to the Queen of Cups, y'all. Just as much as it took me to get those up, this is like what he's been going through this whole time. Like just struggling, 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 following his intuition, trying to, push things forward, trying to handle things in the most responsible way possible to get balanced through a new beginning. But it's like, no, that like when I tell you this was really like a last ditch attempt, a last ditch effort, was like, I really don't want to do this to you, but it is what it is. Oh, now you don't you know you didn't say now we'll find out she ain't been paying the farmer for her stable either. Oh, child. King of Cups. Yeah, this man kept his mouth shut for a very, very long time, very deep in his feelings. He didn't want it to go this way. He did not want it to go this way. Um, this is even like, somebody becoming very, very combative. And it seems like she does this to people to force them to walk away so that she don't have to worry about it. But he's like, I'm not going to keep walking away. This is once again messing with my stability, my reputation, my business. Oh, y'all cutting up talking about hopping stable to stable. Here it is, Queen of Wands, the Hermit. Yeah, having to like trying to ghost somebody to keep from having to talk to them. So it's going to be a lot of conversation that's going to come out because people are going to be like, wow, well, how many, of course, like people are gossiping about it right now because it's like, well, why would you work with somebody for a whole year and not get paid? And it's not that he was working with her exclusively. That's what they got to understand. She got him to come out and do these events, and then when it came time to pay for the pieces and the styling, she didn't pay for either. So she didn't just, and I got to say allegedly she didn't pay for either. So she didn't just rip him off if she didn't pay him. If she didn't pay him, she's ripping him off and the designer that he got the pieces from or the store that he got the pieces from, because he's the one that has to cover all those bills until he can get that invoice covered. Yep. Four of Cups talks about rejecting. Yeah, he could have pressed charges on her. She could have actually went to jail for this, but he didn't want to do that. He just kept it civil. Said right, he needs to maintain those relationships. She is too much. Said, imagine if she performed that kissing you live. Child, no thank you. Said a real dine and dash fashion edition, Lord. Seven of Cups. Yeah, this man considered every option that he had. He exhausted every opportunity he had. He sent plenty of messages. So she can't say that he didn't serve her properly or he wasn't trying to reach out to her. She could even try to use time restraints and was like, well, this wasn't done at this time and this wasn't done at this time, and try to, make it through technicalities. But I don't think she's gonna be able to. Said, I just wanted your reaction, Angel. I knew it would have been funniest. Listen, I would cut my TV off and go to bed. Like, I guess today is over. Six of Cups. So yeah, this is a behavior that has been going on with her for a minute, allegedly. Um, this is definitely going to make it hard for her to work with anyone that's high end ever again. And not only is he tied in with very high level people in fashion, he knows a few things when it comes to dealing with people legally. So, this this ain't somebody she just gonna be able to just run over and blackball because he was already very established before she came around. She can never say she made him. Like, the hotties might think like, well, this will make his career, this will do this will do that. He's not that. This is not something that would make his career. He's very well established. Now she better go get her pieces from Walmart. So she should be tired of court. So what the hell is she going to wear to court? A burlap sack? Shit, Marilyn Monroe did it. Why not? Yeah, I think she did mess up big time with this one because relationships are everything. And when you're in the industry and you have good relationships, it can pull you through all types of things. What happens if you get to a slump and you can't afford to pay for certain things until somebody cut the check? If you paid somebody good and you've had a great relationship with them, they'll be more likely to say, well, let me see what I could pull together for you, or see what fashion house I can get to dress you, and I'll be the stylist that will represent the fashion house. Um, the the big iconic names in fashion, she just trashed that with this situation right here. Yeah, heartbreak, strength. Yeah, he's going to pursue this. He's definitely going to pursue this. He's very, very upset. And it's like, I can't believe that you're playing with my legacy, with my name. Now she gonna have a stylist from Timu. Oh, oh, child. Oh, not Timu got you. Oh my lord. Styled by Chat GPT. Oh, child. So can she afford Fashion Nova at this point? I don't know, but guess who she can go to ask for tips? Milagro girl, you look good when we went to court. Can you come style me? I can't get nobody else. I I dropped everything. Come style me. Millie did look good. She did. Got the chariot. Yeah, he's deciding to move forward, and there's nothing can stop him, baby. It's all the way up. If it's up and it's stuck, yeah, he's not giving up. Yeah, the emperor. He's standing his ground. He's like, look, I messaged everybody. I went to everybody that was over you, anybody and everybody I could talk to. So it's just like, if I go through everybody in the office, I go through everybody that's around you, and then I'm going through all of this and I can't get nothing. No, I know how I'm gonna get your attention. Okay. Queen of Pentacles, Page of Wands. And see, this is the bigger picture. Why he didn't want to go through all of this, because the Queen of Pentacles would represent an earth sign. So, yo, ooh, excuse me. I feel like I gotta sneeze. Okay, I think it went away. Um, that's an earth sign, and I would believe that that would be Beyonce. So he wasn't trying to lose the relationship with Beyonce. Now her outfit's gonna be on escrow. Ah, you got to escrow your wardrobe. Now that's messed up. Woo. You got to. Oh. Oh damn. That one was funny as hell. Y'all excuse me, because my allergies are cutting up really, really bad. I think it's because everybody is cutting grass right now. And I got this I got this one window open. So give me give me a second. Oh damn. Your outfit's gonna be in escrow, child. Woo. I'm going to get some tomorrow at the one of the farmers markets. But definitely, I do need to get some raw honey from somewhere because this these allergies, no ma'am. So you got the judgment card, and the judgment card is showing me that this is not going to fare well for her in court. And her lawyers, y'all, if y'all see her lawyers change up again, don't be surprised. I don't know why she keeps going to court. Court is so expensive. If you don't have to go, you don't go. Because when you go, you're I don't care if it's small claims court, you're coming out of some money. Win, lose, or draw. You're guaranteed to spend some money going to court. Hangman, not knowing how to move forward after this choice. So, yeah, she is making some really costly decisions, in my opinion. If she has any money left by next year, I'd be shocked. I would be shocked if she's got money left to take care of things by next year, because this is literally just, it's a lot. You said go to vitamin nut on Tenegrasher. They have the local bees pollen. Okay. So those false winds have you thinking you're untouchable. So it takes about 30 minutes, you'll be good, cousin. I'm definitely going to go get some. Uh yeah, Knight of Pentacles. And see, this is the thing. She can't afford for these cases to drag out because her work is not coming in the way that it used to. Like, she's still making money, but she's not making the kind of money that people expect her to make. Um, her jobs are in and out. They're not sticking like they used to. Parallax, baby, I can't call it. It might be a combination of the two. Yeah, he's got messages. He has viable things that can be seen. So it's like she just keeps thinking she can get out of things. She can get out of things. She can get out of things. And I don't think she's really seeing this from a real, you know, how can I say this? It's like her viewpoint is skewed. It's like she just thinks that she can just get out of everything. Everything she'll just slide through. She'll just slide through. She'll just slide through. Eventually, you don't slide anymore. And whatever you used to do is not guaranteed to continue to work. So I don't think she's understanding that whatever means that she had before, they're no longer working. Yep. She thought that this would be in and out of court, like this be thrown out. Like, she's really about to be heartbroken because these court cases are about to start literally dragging out, and it's going to cost more and more and more and more money. And it's to the point to where the money that she could have just settled and paid, she's going to owe 5 to 6 times over just in legal fees. Said, where's her representative? They know she's amethyst. I mean, it's a good question. Where is her lifestyle manager? Now look at what's coming out together. That's a heck of a combination for a battle. good versus evil, obsessed with having control, having the upper hand in a situation. And I think that she might just be catching on to not having the support that she thought that she had. She might just now be catching on to that because she just has it in her mind that she's going to always be able to push through to the front of the line. She's never going to have to worry about having issues. She feels guaranteed in some kind of way that things are just like, oh, it's no big deal. Push straight through. It's no big deal. Push straight through. Well, this is the year where push straight through gonna really have her on one for sure. Because he's going through, and it looks like he's going to be seen as being in the right in court. Now things are subject to change, but for what the energy looks like right now, the burden of proof is going to fall on Megan, and it looks like he's immaculate with his receipts. He said that look, the home invasion of the honey. Oh, the truth is definitely going to come out. It's going to come out when they go to court. I mean, that's the thing about going to court. You can gaslight the court of public opinion, but you can't gaslight in actual court when you don't have the upper hand. See, this is how she's going to find out that these people that she considers to be family don't really mess with her like that. Because I don't think she takes the hint too well. Like they've been trying to give her hints. It's about to be really in her face. Yeah, she gonna feel like she got backdoored. She got betrayed by the emperor, the one who always makes things happen. But of course, they, honey, they got too many problems of their own. They need money they damn self. Everybody for themselves right now. It's everybody for themselves. Everybody got too many fish to fry. You got to go in the kitchen this time and really make them nachos yourself. And here's the problem: the truth. Look who the truth falls under: Queen of Pentacles, Nine of Cups. So it looks like she may have only wanted to work with this stylist because he has worked with Beyonce. That's even more reason for you to pay him. If you booked him because he styled the person you look up to, and you're signed to her husband's management company, I think he would be the last one that I would want to mess with on that level. Yes, buddy. Judgment, Ten of Pentacles, Three of Cups. So it looks like he could win this judgment. I think she needs to settle with him out of court, give him whatever it is that he's owed. Don't take this to court because, when he can come and get legal fees, there's no telling how much he could stay, in court on the record that could be damaging to her character. Um, but it just seems like his hands were tied. He had no other choice. He had no other choice. Yep. Wish fulfillment, Page of Pentacles. So it was a wish fulfillment to get this job, but it's like, damn. So we're going to hear a lot about this as this drags out. But the thing is, you have to be careful of who has the, who's in control of the narrative. She just knew she was just gonna move around. It wasn't gonna be no big deal. I believe they said he styled her for the Met Gala as well. Yeah, this is gonna lead to public humiliation, sorrow, and regret. She should go in a different direction. So I know that ain't what she about to do, child. She gonna take this to court, and it's gonna be a whole fool. But I mean, if that's what she wants to do, said pay them people. I mean, to me, it's simple. Business is business. Handle business accordingly. Because you never know. You never know who those stylists know that can get you into certain rooms and can help cut deals for you. Like relationships are very, very key in business. And you start making terrible relationships, child. I ain't even gonna lie. She looked a mess at that Met Gala. Yeah, when I heard he styled her for the Met, I was like, okay, well maybe she need to, tell him to tell him to discount that one. But I think what happened with the Met Gala, and in all sincerity, I think she was a last second invite. They didn't have enough time to really design anything for her. So they had to pull out, one of those emergency racks. And it's like, let's see what you can fit. Let's see what looks good on you. And we'll just style around that. I don't even think it was him styling her according to her budget. Because the thing about it is this, um, when you get those signature pieces, you have to be fitted for it. And then they have to, go and check all the measurements to make sure it's fitting you appropriately for your body type. Because even if it isn't, a custom piece, it needs to look custom on you. They need to know if they have to restitch it, take certain parts out. Like there's certain things that go off into that. So for her to be in that dress, in my opinion, and to be poorly fitted in that dress, that was last second. Like she's top heavy. Is no way her boobs should have looked like this and we're all mashed down being top heavy. But if you get dressed at the last second, you gotta kind of, take what they can, come up with. And I definitely believe her getting there was last second because that table that she sat at was all the way in the back by the kitchen with the staff. And for someone that's supposed to be high profile, the last thing they're supposed to do is put the high profile person all the way in the back with the kitchen staff. Right. Says she's not typically industry size. Right. I mean, her being tall, she's the right height for fashion, but most of the fashion girls are way thinner. So right, Angel, you're definitely picking up on what I'm putting down. Yeah, you like that was a last second off the rack dress. That's what happens when somebody has to dress you off the rack. You don't have enough time to get alterations and to make it, customized to your body. So yeah, I would say she should pay that man and not go to court. But we know that ain't gonna happen because she loved going to court allegedly. So stylist Eric Archibald, feel like that's another bad decision for her going to court, but we'll see how this works out. Um, Now Big Tigger. Big Tigger was accused of abusing his wife. She came forward with a video crying. and it appeared that she had been abused. Now, it's said that she has a history of doing this, and she has multiple children by multiple different men. And because she has had a terrible relationship between all these different men, it's questionable if this really happened. So we're going to look into, did Big Tigger's wife lie about being abused, or did he really, really, really mishandle her and cause her to have those horrible injuries? Said soon she's going to be getting her outfits from Party City. You know what? All righty. Let's see. What deck am I going to use? I would hope that this woman is not lying about being abused, because there's a lot of people out here that are in really tumultuous relationships. They really are being abused and they can't get help. It's not as easy as people think it is to go and get restraining orders and to have to go back and forth to court through all those types of situations. So it just makes it bad for people who are suffering. So I want to know what happened to her daughter. Apparently, the daughter is still missing from years ago. People think she did something. The daughter is supposed to be 17 years old at this point. She's been missing for, I want to say, 10, almost 11 years. And you're right. She is being accused of being responsible of the child's disappearance, but nobody is able to tie anything together because they couldn't physically place her in the vicinity when the child ended up becoming missing. So, show me the energy between Tigger and his wife. Between Tigger and his wife. Show me the energy between Big Tigger and his wife. Four of Wands, Two of Wands. So he felt like everything was good. And it seemed like everything was good up until they got married. So he may not have seen any signs of any offbeat behavior or anything like that in the beginning. I wonder how long did they date? Three of Pentacles. Yeah, everything was harmonious, and then boom, you got the Wounded Warrior. So this feels like he may have been, you know, thrown off his square with this one. He may have heard, allegedly, about this when we heard about this. That feels very, very peculiar to me, because if you're an abuser, you should already know that a person has been abused because you did it, right? Heartbreak over this choice, Two of Wands. This y'all, I feel for Tigger, because it feels like he feels shattered. He don't know what to expect. He don't know what to think. This child, 2026 is just one long ass Tubi movie. Strength and the Nine of Wands. So this feels like this is how she gets the upper hand, how she gets power in a situation, is by using the Wounded Warrior story, allegedly. The Moon and the Ten of Pentacles. Um, She's off into some things. I don't think he really knew much about her, or he didn't know her as well as he thought he knew her before he got married. She definitely picked him for the money because he could provide a really great life. Yep, balance through a new beginning. Here's her balance through the new beginning, the wounded warrior. Is she trying to get out of this marriage? What is this? Five of Pentacles. So it y'all, he may have saved her from like oblivion when he first got with her. Seven of Swords. Um, she this is like, the damsel in distress type energy, but she gives me serious backstabber, betrayer type energy. So like Millie was saying on her show earlier that you got to do background checks on people. Uh-oh. Ten of Wands, Page of Swords. So yeah, wow. Yeah, I really feel like this is her exit plan to get out of this marriage because they may not have been married long enough for her to get the kind of money that she wants. But if she could, show us that she's been abused, allegedly, 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 um, this could get her spousal support. This could get her child support. This could pay for her new life. Cause she doesn't give me the energy of somebody that could stay in a relationship too long. Um, Seven of Cups. Yeah, she gets cagey. She doesn't do well staying in the same spot for too long. She may have also had an addiction issue that he doesn't know about. I won't say what kind of addiction because it could be multiple addictions. The gambling definitely is an addiction. That was what got her in trouble with the missing daughter in the first place because she went to the casino and left that baby outside in the cold for 8 hours. I don't have to say that's alleged. That one made it to the news. She got arrested for that, and the father started fighting for custody because of that incident. So it seems like whatever happens with her addictions is what causes her to be stuck and not know how to move forward. And like I said, she don't stay in relationships too long due to the toxicity attached to her behavior and what all she's got going on. You said you was watching the wrong live. Well, hey, hey, hey. Four of Pentacles. She's very, very stubborn. This is someone who, once she has something set in her head, she's going to go as far as she needs to go with it. But it always brings shame, humiliation, regret. This is not going to work out the way that she thought it was. Three of Swords, Three of Swords, Eight of Cups. So he's really, really hurt. He's ready to walk away. It's like you wanted out, you could have left. You didn't have to do all of this. But it feels like she did all of this because she wanted to walk away with more than what she was going to be allowed to walk away with. Uh, yeah, strength to the Hierophant. This helps to give her leverage for court with her husband, the King of Pentacles. Show me the moon. Two of Pentacles. Talks about juggling and not knowing how to move forward. So this didn't work out the way she thought it would. So she's going to try to figure out something else. Temperance, Five of Swords, conflict and communication, judgment. Yeah, this blew up in her face. This blew up big time in her face. So she's got to figure something else out, or she's just got to just go ahead and take the divorce and walk away with nothing. Because it looks like now she's it's the time of exposure. It's the time, Aquarius. We're in the age of Aquarius, and I've been telling y'all that women are going to be held accountable for toxic behavior in the age of Aquarius. It's a Lynn Whitfield vibes. So I wonder if she has a substance issue as well. Seven of Cups could be. It feels like there is some kind of addiction here, and it has been for a while. Um, Five of Pentacles, the Magician. So yeah, so she might have to get her a job because it looks like if he divorces her now, especially with the way that this is turning out, he could be the one to get full custody of their child and she don't get anything. And that, to me, I feel like that would be what she deserves. Tigger gets full custody of the child. They get to have a clean and easy divorce, and she can walk away, but she'll walk away with nothing. I said, "Can I ask you a question?" What's the question? Six of Cups. Yeah, her past came back to hunt her, and it's literally what's her Achilles heel. She's never going to escape this missing child and the allegations around her and her child. Her past is going to follow her everywhere she goes. She's not going to escape spiritual or physical judgment. So her doing this to him, actually, I mean, it's terrible that she did this to him, but I feel like it was in divine order because it was meant to expose her. Oh, baby, I'm not here doing personal readings. You would have to email me. Like everything that I do when I come on Wednesday and Friday is all about pop culture and things straight out the press. But if you email me at angelkissestheoracle@gmail.com, we can schedule something. Yeah, buddy. Her past is definitely reckless. And it's more and more and more to come that's gonna be exposed attached to her past. It's almost like he didn't want to believe anything about her while he was courting her, but he's realizing that, he should have refused. He should have walked away. Thank you, Frosty. Said yes, email Angel. Her readings are on point. I promise you, you will get so much information. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, he's really upset with himself. Like, I chose you. I didn't listen to anybody else. I chose you. Look at what you did to me. I chose you. So yeah, baby. This is, I mean, just wow. The devil, King of Cups. So it feel like, y'all, Tigger probably is. This feels like he's been going through it with her for a moment, in private, but he's been keeping things private. He's been hiding, how toxic she really is. So it's like her acting out to the public is like, oh my God, I can't believe that you really out here wilding like this. But it feels like he's been just trying to deal with, whatever for a while. I don't think she let him see the real her until after he was locked in, like until after they were like married and pregnant. Like she played the role, and it's easy to play the role with somebody that's busy that you don't get to see that much. Like they would go on dates or whatnot, but it's like when she knew he was locked in, said, did she do something of that to her face? Well, the thing is, we don't know when that video was taken or what actually happened. So, I mean, they need to get an investigation, but it seems like it's a lot going on behind the scenes that has been under wraps and it's been quiet. And sometimes for men get embarrassed when they're in domestic situations because people, they make fun of men, be a man about it. Why you bitching? Why you crying? You a man, don't say this, don't say that, you being sensitive. Men don't really get support when they're in these domestic situations. Um, he said, "You're welcome, Angel. I'm so serious. I promise you. You say your angels are anointed. Oh, thank you. Said you will have an amazing time with her. She's beautiful. With reading your energy or whatever God gives her. Thank you. I appreciate that. So you leave so lighthearted, and she really takes whatever you are going through away in such a way it will bless you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. You might get a song out of me depending on the reading, because sometimes I sing too. Thank you, Siren Eyes. Y'all are so sweet. Thank you, Alicia. Queen of Pentacles. Yeah, he's walking away from her, y'all. Like he is totally heartbroken. It's like, I cannot believe that this is my life. Like, this was supposed to be my blessing, my ship's coming in. He was like, God gave me a wife, I got a child, I got a family now. And it definitely was not what he expected. He thought that, okay, well, let's heal, let's try to rectify a situation. There's lots of anxiety. I don't know if she's undiagnosed. Um, they need to analyze her to see what is going on with her level of anger. It feels like something here could be undiagnosed. So you said Tigger has been pretty scandal free after so many years. That's sad. Yeah, that's true. Like I remember when he was on the radio here in Detroit a million years ago. And, when you would see him out and like, it was a strip club is no longer around anymore called All Stars. He used to be in there all the time. And never once did you ever hear anything negative about him, any of the staff, the dancers, the bottle girls. He even created a commercial for the place because he liked hanging there so much. And for someone to hang out in the streets and to be bending corners and to always be around and you don't hear anything bad about them, that says a lot because it ain't hard to find dirt when it's people that have been in the industry for a very long time. Okay, so he's the same way in ATL. Well, this is what's going to be her problem because once people get to liking you and see that you're not uh, uh you're not a problematic person, you're pretty much a solid person. It's going to be that same effect that Jeannie Ma had with trying to come against her ex-husband, Jeezy. People gonna be like, nah, I don't think so. Page of Pentacles, Knight of Wands. Child. She really pulled a whammy on him because I ain't gonna say what I think her line of work was before they got together, but let's just say it was, adult customer service based, allegedly. Mm-mm. No wonder she trying to get back outside. Cause she's definitely someone that likes a lot of attention, but it's like she's got herself in a pickle this time because it's like now everybody's looking at her and they got questions, and it's like she can't answer these questions. Say high end plus one. Child, listen. Page of Cups. Nine of Cups, Nine of Pentacles. Yeah, she's apologetic now. She's sorry over what she thought was gonna be her wish fulfillment to walk away the single woman with the jackpot. Her plan is to walk away from this man, get him from as much as she wants to get him for, and then get back out here and move around and possibly find her a sugar daddy. But I don't think that that's going to work out. You have Five of Pentacles, the Magician, the Page of Cups, the Nine of Cups, Nine of Pentacles. Like he could have found her when she was at a really bad time in her life too. Like when she really needed it. And it seemed like they got together really fast. So her behavior sounds like bipolar mania. Yeah, like they may have gotten together really fast. And here it is. It's like out of nowhere, this is a betrayal that you can't come back from. So he's like, this is the last time. I can't trust you. All this stuff is coming out like you've embarrassed me. You've tried to, shame and drag my name. That I'm hearing ATL Jacob, he's a F millionaire. Queen of Cups, Queen of Swords. So it's like she's definitely given Dr. Jekyll and Mrs. Hyde because it's like she can come off as so sweet, and then next thing you know she can be very verbally aggressive. Said I hope he sues her for defamation of character. They definitely need to investigate this. They need to investigate this big time. Yeah, he feels like he made a family with the devil. He's trying to consider how he can leave. So she's gonna get her wish of wanting out of this marriage, but she's not gonna leave the way she thought she was gonna leave. Yep. So he's lawyering up, and it's like now things are going in a different direction. And right now he's been instructed not to say anything. Um, and I know this has got to be hard for him because he's a public figure, but it's like let's go to court because judgment is like we don't want to give anything else that can be used against you in a court of law. Now my thing is you put this video out talking about he put his hands on you. Where are the press charges? Are you in a state that will press charges if you don't press charges? Because it's very interesting to me that you will come out here looking like you got in a car accident and have us think the worst of your husband. If you're not leaving him, what the hell are you showing us for? Because it's one thing to do things to garner attention. It's another thing to put the word out so that you can actually get the willpower to go. Because sometimes that's the strength of, actually saying something, is so that you can put it out there so that you can get that boost of confidence that you need to finally say, okay, this is enough. I'm going to move forward. I'm going to do something else. King of Wands, Knight of Wands. Yeah, she's the type that she definitely loves the attention. She loves the nightlife. She don't like to sit at home. She don't like to sit at home. Being married is definitely not her thing. Judgment, the Chariot. Yeah, she was gonna bring damnation upon this man so she could get back out here and bend these corners. The Emperor, the Four of Swords. So she thought that she had laid a situation in the past to rest with the father of her child, and her, out here dragging her current husband just gave her daughter's father the chance to really kick that search back up. Yeah, Two of Cups. He they got together really, really fast, y'all. I think it was like he felt like he fell for her really, really fast. And it just seems tumultuous. But he looked at her as a soulmate. She was looking at him for money. He was a lick for her. Let me see something. Because I do see that he really cares about her, but she cares about being taken care of. She cares about the money. Show me the energy between these two, please, and thank you. See, this is the way he saw her, divine feminine, nice guy. Okay. So we all talked about how he, everybody that meets him says he's a nice guy. Actual money. That's the part that got her hooked on him, was the actual money. So he thought that she was a divine feminine. This is the Intuitive Kev Kipperish deck. This can be found on Etsy. Transition, health concern. Now let's see what the health concern is, because I told y'all it's something about her to where, like, she can come off very, very sweet, very demure until you get her locked in, and then she can't hold it anymore. Rising star. Okay, so she may have been trying to have a career or some kind in entertainment, but I don't really see her as career minded. Child, she a hustler. Travel. Okay, so looks like she may have run into him not too long after she got to Atlanta. Conflict and destruction. So yeah, she made sure she tied his hands. Like, this woman is turning his whole life upside down. Abandonment. So that's interesting. Like she may have abandonment issues, but she can't sit still with nobody for long. Wonder what happened in her childhood. Yeah, unexpected money, real love. That's he's starting to understand that's why she chose him, why she got in this relationship with him. It was all about the money. It was never about love. She was always using him. Um, yep. Legal, okay, legal, child, rich guy, in the reverse, and abandonment. She planned on using the law and this child to take every penny this man got and out the door. So see how the oracle cards are reconfirming what I just found up here in tarot. This was always about the bag for her. She never planned on staying too long. She came in to get this money, get that bread, that head, and leave. So blocked. False narrative, the bottom of the deck. She's not going to be able to get away with this with Tigger. He's a very well respected individual, and there's going to be more and more to come about her, stories about her, her character, awakening, and messages. Yeah, ain't no telling how many people are sending him messages about this woman. He's realizing he don't really know her at all. Concern, imprisonment. So he's been worried about going to jail about what she's saying. And it's like, y'all, it's so many people getting in touch with him or sending him information. Because it's like she's done this before. Karmic masculine relationship. Now he comes out now. This was her way out. She needed to look like the divine feminine. She needed him to look karmic in this relationship. Yeah. In the distant future, RIP, transition, expectation. Yeah, this woman is a major crash out. Major crash out. I have to say, for entertainment purposes, everything I'm saying is alleged, allegedly. If I was him, I wouldn't go back in this house with her. Period. I would not go back in this house with her. Um, I would even let her have the house. You can have the house in the divorce, take it over, whatever you got to do, or we just gonna sell it and split whatever. I would not go back in this house with her. And really, he needs to get custody of his child as soon as possible. Yeah, rising star. Look at this. Rising star, boss. He would be the boss. She's the one trying to get on. Boom, thief. This the type of chick could have been, hooking up with dudes, going on dates with them, go back to the room, and the dude wake up and you done stole everything. Like I wouldn't put nothing past her. Like she gives me that type of energy. Hold on, that's a lot. Can we make it a little bit less? Occupation, healer. So she came off really, really good. Like, divine feminine, you know, um, I bring peace, healer. She played the role. She told him everything she needed to tell him because it was a job to her. This was about the money. So I feel bad for Big Tigger because he really loved his wife. He still loves her. Um, child, he looked like he married the devil. And I'm not saying he's perfect by far, but she played the role. for sure to get what she wanted. She played the role, mature man and thief. Yeah. She's like, oh, okay, you getting older, I'm gonna give you a baby, I'm gonna lock you in, you know. I don't To be honest with you, y'all, I really don't think this man would have married her without the child. I think the to make his family whole, he married her. Expectation. See, now that she's locked in, look, mentally and emotionally unstable. No sooner he get locked in, he finds out she's mentally and emotionally unstable. He may have even tried to work with her, thinking that this was something like postpartum or something. This ain't got nothing to do with no pregnancy, child. This girl just off as the day is long. Yep. So blocked. Look at this. Blocked, no access, and opposition. Ain't this how she came on that damn camera? So because she couldn't get this man's attention the way she wanted to, she took it to the street. You want to ignore me? You're not going to let me get away with what I want to get away with? Okay, I'll take it to the street. Yep, finding out who she really is, changed. Now I got to once again say this is alleged, allegedly, okay? For entertainment purposes only. Child. Yep, the veil and commitment. Uh-oh, it's another one in here. Manifestation, the veil and commitment. So yeah, the veil was lifted after they got married. Remember, y'all, I literally just said this. She played the role to get the ring. She did whatever she had to do to get locked in because this was going to be her new life. She looked at this marriage as a job. And then awakening. He's realizing that he got used, unbothered. And see, she'll do all this stuff and it'll be no big deal to her. Like, and you told all these people I did X, Y, and Z, and priestess, real love. Child, I wouldn't be surprised if she put some razzle dazzle on this man to get him to marry her. I wouldn't be surprised at all. But the thing is, she can't hold it together for too long. How did she get like this? How did she get like this? Yes, self love and unbothered. So, this is someone, she appeared to be someone respectful and responsible. She appeared starseed and imprisonment. Wow. Starseed transition, distant future. I hope I hope they don't find this baby unalive. I really hope the little girl is alive. I really do. Because this is the type of woman that is so diabolical in my spiritual opinion that she will take the child up out of here to spite the father because she didn't want the child anyway. So if I can't have the man or if I can't have my way, So I'm praying that this little girl is still alive. I really am, because she gives me that vibe. If she can't have her way, I can't have what I want, you can't have what you want either. Protected, or protection from love offer, confusion and illusion. Yeah, so he's no longer confused about her anymore. He's seeing the truth about her. He's realizing that she was using him all this whole entire time. Um that's all got to hurt. Said hello and family. False. So he's, oh my gosh. So he's really, really, really going through it right now, because it's like, if you listen to the Tasha K interview with her daughter's father, then this makes sense, because you got false documents, the family, and hello. So whatever she told him, she had him believing that the father of this little girl was a liar, and they're making this up. And it seems like this is how she keeps control of things. But he's starting to realize that, sir, you need to talk to these people. You really do. You need to talk to these people, because you got a child with this woman, and you need to know exactly what you're up against, because I don't feel like it's safe to have her around this child. I really don't. Because she don't get her way. No ma'am, no ma'am, no ma'am. Karma. She don't worry about karma, y'all. This is not somebody who worries about anger in the most high. She's very, very, very twisted and demented, in my opinion. Courthouse and travel. So she does this wherever she goes. Wherever she goes, it's rinse, wash, repeat. She'll find a new man and do it all over again. So if she leaves Atlanta, honey, she'll end up in North Dakota doing the same thing. Yeah, so it's saying he's truly a nice guy. Divinity, nice guy. Um, chakras and priest. Um, he's gonna have to do some serious spiritual cleansing. He needs to take this serious legally. I pray that he gets full custody of his child in a swift and speedy divorce, because I would not have this woman around a child. Divination, unbothered. Okay, so he's finding out she's the complete opposite. She's the complete opposite of what he thought that she was. I mean, this woman lied about everything, allegedly. Yep, abundance and bliss. This all she care about. I'm literally channeling Rick Ross, money make me come. That's all she cares about. So it's like now he's starting to go back. He's looking at these messages. He's seeing the things that people are saying in social media. I'm pretty sure he's seen that Tasha K interview, and he's just dumbfounded right now. It's just a whole lot coming at him fast. This is one of those, like, my life is a movie type things, like divinity relationships. You couldn't have paid him to think that people are really like this in real life. He's never witnessed anybody like this. The ancestors. Thief. Uh-oh, wait a minute. Thief. Bondage. Manipulation. So it's like his spirit team is getting involved with this, because they see that she has a history of binding herself to people and spiritually stealing and manipulating people, allegedly and for entertainment purposes only. Um, this is a, I want to say this is probably like the most prominent man that she's ever gotten to be in a relationship with her, but she don't keep relationships too long. It's like usually, she'll get to a certain point, she'll get pregnant, and then it'll go haywire. Something about her where she switches up as soon as she gets locked in. Actual money, relationship. That's what she got in this relationship for. She was manipulating him from the jump. Woo wee. Yep. Rituals, obsession, faith. So, child, this is someone that if he say he want to go to church, she'll go to church with them, and we're gonna do this through God and all those types of things. She'll even tell him that somebody like me is evil. Don't go get no reading. That's from the devil. But it's because she don't want anybody to see the real her or tell him anything that would differentiate from the narrative that she's showing him. But she gives the type of energy to where she really wouldn't want him to go get a reading because she wouldn't want anyone to tell him through actual divination that she's doing rituals. And it looks like she's obsessed with whatever it is she does. Like she does it excessively, but it's all starting to backfire because that's another thing about stealing people's will, stealing people's destiny, things of that nature. um the entities that you work with can cause you what appears to be mental illness, but it's actually spiritual illness. It's a possession because you're not even in control of your vessel once you get to making certain deals. So, child, this woman, no ma'am. Women and men, I don't care if she's straight, bi, whatever. You see her coming, get out the damn way. So, Big Tigger and his wife, you got that one out the way. I didn't think all of that was gonna come out. Next, we're gonna do DJ Booth. See what's going on with DJ Booth. I held that one closer to the end on purpose because I wanted the most people that were gonna be in here to be able to hear this one because I know a lot of people come late. So let's look at DJ Booth, child. He said Angel just confirmed what I suspected. Wow. So hold on, DJ Booth. Let me clear my energy from that last one because child, that woman's energy is spiteful, it's wicked, and I wish all protection and safety in this realm and the rest for Tigger. Because honey, he signed up for whew, he signed up for a mess, a catastrophe. Ooh. Anybody wondering, this is camphor. Camphor helps to reset energy. cleanse energy. So that's why I'm smelling the camphor. I usually keep some on my table. All righty. Ooh, 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 ooh. Cut my ceiling fan on y'all. Ah, I love camphor, pests hate it. Yes, it does really, really good for cleaning and clearing spiritual energy. Let's tap into DJ Booth, y'all. So, did you hear the recording that came out right when you went live where Booth admitted to lying on Wendy to get her put in a conservatorship? No, I didn't hear it. I didn't hear it at all. Boothany, what are you over there doing? Show me DJ Booth, King of Cups. Yeah, he's very, very deep in his feelings. He don't know what to say at this time. Eight of Cups. People are walking away from him, or if they haven't, they're about to. Boofany. You said what I call him, Boofany. Said he's been in Barb's DMs and one of them recorded the call. So you got the lover's child. That's working very, very closely in tandem. And also, y'all know Gemini season, Knight of Swords. So who could have possibly been working closely with? Um, because it seems like he was working with someone that was sending him to get the word out, allegedly. Two of Pentacles. This is like, juggling or playing both sides until you walk away. Ace of Cups, Six of Wands. So the Chariot. So this is quite interesting because it's like this is like you were very well loved, very well received. It's like being released with love, moving on, and it's like he thought that he had moved on. I guess he thought that things would never come to light, never come to fruition publicly. He was going to continue to keep going. Yeah, he's definitely facing judgment for things that he's done in secret. The Moon, that he thought were laid to rest. But the thing about the Four of Swords is that they're, this could mean that things are on pause. Doesn't mean that they're completely laid to rest. So he I guess he thought that this stuff would never come out. And the Hangman in reverse is like there is no way to get out of this. He thought that he had moved on, left all this toxicity behind. But when you got the hangman upright, this is waiting until things kind of work themselves out to move forward. This is literally him not being able to move forward now that this information is out. I wouldn't be surprised. I told y'all they was trying to take her out. Y'all thought I was joking when I said that? That was literal. Said he's been going around telling content creators to stop talking about Jay-Z. Oh, well, shoot, good thing he ain't talked to me then, because I sure wouldn't listen. So it's like now he's trying to consider his options because it's like he doesn't like the idea of looking like someone that could be considered evil. but he's very obsessed with how this is working out. So I want y'all to think about that. The number one thing that they accuse Nikki of is narcotic use. They always try to tell you that she's an addict, but here it is. Y'all are putting her in a position to where she could look like an addict, and then you accuse her of it. So imagine someone causing a problem and then being the one to solve the problem. You don't need a problem solver if you don't have someone that is creating the problem in the first place, right? So it's like controlled opposition. Said I remember when she was arrested overseas. So justice, Knight of Swords. So it feels like somebody may have him, trying to balance things out when it comes to the narrative because they're afraid of things turning, the tides turning, possibly getting in trouble or losing the people. But this ain't gonna stop nothing. Two of Cups, Knight of Cups. Child, it's like how many people in her team were reporting back on her is the question. How many people were sent to be hired to work for her that were a part of coming against her? Like, I mean, they place people in all types of positions around her. Seven of Swords. Yeah, I'd be quiet too if I got caught with the Seven of Swords. It's like keep your mouth shut from here on out because this is the card of the back door. You got exposed for a betrayal that you can't come back from. Ten of Swords. So it's like, yeah, at this point, I think you should be quiet. Don't say another word. Because there's remember I said y'all is more to come, more is going to unfold. Yeah, I mean it's starting to make more sense when you look at Ra. Now you look at DJ Booth, and then you look at the stylist and whoever was stealing. Like, I mean, damn, what was anybody on this crew actually working outside of a mutiny? Like literally, I see why she went back and got Deb. She knew that she was in trouble. She knew she had nobody around her she could trust. She really was alone. Her and her family. It's like I gotta go with somebody that I see as family. She went back and got Deb, and it was a smart decision. Cause one thing they ain't gonna do is play with Miss Deb. Miss Deb gonna keep her head on the swivel. She gonna watch. She gonna see what's going on. Baby, I do trust God over the cards, but thank you for being awkward and commenting. Yeah, and see, it was a lot invested here, the Empress. So, yeah, damn. Oh, this is crazy. And to think about all that has happened to Wendy, and then you look at what happened to Nikki, it makes you wonder what was in Wendy's cup. Was Wendy being, the whole time? And that's how they got her into that conservatorship. Because it really appears that no sooner Wendy's son took her to go to the naturalist to start healing, stopped her from drinking, got her away from those people, she was back to normal. And that always made me question her, her aphasia, because it's like, did the aphasia come from drinking or did it come from something else? Her son took her to Dr. CB son, Byla. Before they got her and they put her in that conservatorship, Wendy's son took her and said, we're gonna literally purge your system. So I think her son may have picked up on what was going on, and he may not have had proof until he got her sober and was like, I knew it. I knew it. If there was the issue that they claim that you had, ain't no way in the world just detoxing you make you better in about like a week or two. And then next thing you know, they fought to get her away from her son. So here it is, the Six of Swords, y'all. He thought he was out the water. But look, King of Wands, King of Wands. Now, y'all, you gonna have to separate from the King of Wands because it's getting too toxic. Everything is being exposed. Didn't I tell y'all when Nikki is quiet is when she's the most dangerous? See, you want somebody like Nikki cussing you out. You need Nikki to cuss you out because when she gets quiet, my God, said the next time they got her brain scan, she was 100. Yep. When I tell you this is exposure, the Empress, he never thought in a million years that she would figure this out and that this would actually come out. They thought that as long as they could keep making people think that Nikki was out of her head and she was an addict, that all they had to do was just keep this campaign going. And eventually people hear it enough, they believe it, and then they could fight to separate her from her husband and do the same thing, but it's not working that way. I'll see how much time I got to tap into Wendy, depending on how I feel, because I'm a little tired. Six of Cups, this is the past catching up to you, and it's like now you gotta see what you gotta consider your options. Also, Seven of Cups, that talks about being inebriated. So he may have known about things that could have possibly allegedly may have been slipped to Nikki. He may have actually known because he saw it, he watched certain things allegedly. And it looks like he left, and his excuse might have been, he left to get a bigger job or this, that, and the other. I don't think him and Kenny really set horses. Two of Cups, to the Four of Wands, King of Swords. Yeah, they were trying to find ways to circumvent her marriage legally to use it against her, and it just didn't seem to work out that way. That's why they started attacking her husband. And same thing with Wendy. Wendy knew her husband was everything but an actual husband, but she also knew that being married to him gave her a certain level of protection. Notice it wasn't until she got a divorce that they started coming, for Wendy the way that they did. So, I mean, this is wild. This is wild, and it make it so obvious because it's like, sir, you over there working for the people that she got the problem with. Of course somebody knows that you're treacherous, because how did you even go working for those people? And you've been entitled to conversations and all types of things. Were you ever in anybody's inbox telling them to not talk about Nikki? I bet you weren't. I bet you weren't. I bet you never got in the inbox and told anybody not to speak negatively about Nikki. Never on your life. So you got this card here that talks about jobs and new beginnings after a betrayal. Yeah, with the family. Oh yeah, Deb definitely. Like I did a reading on Deb a while ago. Deb Adney Mama Bear, I think that's what it's called. And she loves Nikki like she gave birth to her. Like she sees her like she's her own daughter. So I think that was the smartest decision that she could have ever made, was to call up Deb and say, "Listen, I need you. My back is against the wall. I don't trust these people." That was one of the best decisions she ever made, because I feel like Deb really, was her saving grace. She came in like an angel, and she came in like a real mama would, belts to ass. We cleaning house. She, hermit, he helped to separate these people from her. So, because it was a lot. It was a lot. Yeah, y'all would be surprised. The Empress. You got the devil here. So the devil here and Five of Wands, it talks about toxicity, being obsessed with fighting for something or for someone. The Chariot and the Page of Cups. So it's like now he's trying to hurry up and move forward, get out the way, because he knows there's more to come, more information, more messages coming out. This is just the beginning. Said they have leaked calls of DJ Booth talking about Nikki to Barb's. You're gonna keep getting them. This is just the beginning. This is just the beginning. Yep, he's manifested exposure. It's more that's gonna come out. More messages. People watching his movements with the family. He's about to be exposed for all types of things. Uh, Queen of Swords. Expect something to come out about a female that is an air sign, in an association from the past, that's going to be exposed, connected with somebody with her team as well. Okay, the world. So it's going to work out in Nikki's favor when it's all said and done. But I mean, she really had no one she could trust. So it's you find out the truth about people when you see what they'll do for the love of money. And see, when you got people that want your life, okay, you got people that want to hijack your blessings. You have people that are jealous of your gifts, of your anointing, of your smile, just anything. They'll do whatever it takes to walk in your shoes, even if it hurts their feet. So you have to be careful who you call friends, because sadly, someone that's a friend today could end up being your biggest nemesis tomorrow. And you don't always have to do anything to them. Sometimes it's people's own insecurities that will make them hate you so much, because they look at you and they see what they wish they could be. Yep. Including taking you out, family too. I agree. I'm a firm believer, when somebody shows you who they are, don't let them come back and twist the knife. If they stab you in the back and you let them come back, they're going to do you 2 to 3 times as dirty the next time and the next time and the next time. They show you who they are. Thank God that He allowed them to show you their true character, and cut them off. Cut them off before it's too late. So you got the Two of Wands here and the Wheel of Fortune. So it seems like, remember I just said, for the love of money. Seems like this is why the decision was made to betray her, was for the love of money, promise to make way more money, more opportunities, more power, but it led to public shame, humiliation, and regret. You'll never live this down. People will always look at you as a coward and a clown. But you got your money right, Judas. Judas wanted to get that money back after he got exposed. The death card, King of Pentacles. You were a part of something that was going to lead to watching her demise, whether it's career, financially, or physically, or all three. And all of this ripping and running your mouth is you gonna get exposed back to back to back to back. Every time you look up, somebody gonna be telling your business. You'll never be trusted again. Yeah, you out here windmilling, fighting folks to help keep the stability and the public image up of these people who offered you this opportunity. But look, now that you got caught out there, baby, they all about to start walking away from you. Yes, they're all gonna laugh at you. And is. Mm-hmm. Because think about it, you a man doing shady stuff to a woman, a female. How tragic is that? How tragic is that? As a man, you would want to play with a female like this. Yeah, the Empress. I keep telling y'all, Nikki's above Queen now. She's on Empress status, and she's about to take off. She's about to move really, really fast from this point on out. See everything that they're doing to block her. If you were here with me when I did the pink out, I told y'all they were going to assemble a whole group around her rollout. They were going to put all these people out. They were going to have all these people come against her, and it wasn't going to work. Every single person that they organized to come against her, albums are flopping. They're all being exposed. They're all being embarrassed. I told y'all that this was going to happen this way. So, child, it's like when she does decide to drop her album, nobody can feel any type of way when she goes straight belts to ass. Not a single soul. Not a single soul. Six of Pentacles, Knight of Swords, Ace of Wands. Y'all, it looked like he might be being paid to keep this narrative going. And look like whoever may have been incentivizing him to do this allegedly, they about to take off on him. They're gonna ghost him. And the fool, it's like you took a leap of faith and you just jumped right in, head in. It didn't even take much, arm twisting. They didn't have to threaten you or nothing. It's like, oh my God, and I get a cigarette too. Thank you. Yep. Now everybody walking away from you because they see you as toxic. He's nervous. No rest for the weary, no rest for the wicked. He is nervous because it's like I didn't expect all this to come out. Because it's not just about him switching up on Nikki. We got to look at the bigger picture here. If you switched up on Wendy and we see what happened to Wendy, how many times have they used you to come against people? How many times have you done this? Because what they did to Wendy is terrible. Like Wendy wasn't even, if I'm not mistaken, Wendy wasn't even able to spend time with her father and her father passed away. Like she lost the last few years with her father. That's a foundational relationship that they robbed her of. Yep. Three of Pentacles, Three of Cups. So this looked like people celebrating, working together. Now they all sorry. Y'all all sorry. Yeah, shout out to Bobby Smurder. It was all good about a week ago. They said on the phone that she was an alcoholic and she needed help. And then he never spoke to her again after rushing her to an emergency room. I mean, if she is, she was still your employer. And who told you that you had the right to tell that? How many times have you worked with someone in the industry that didn't have a problem? Like, sir, you're talking about the industry. The best thing you can do is close your mouth and go work somewhere else. And that's just going to be that. Child, and look at this, the Four of Pentacles, the Page of Swords. He's stubborn as hell. He trying to make us think that we ain't seeing what we seeing. And whoever this is that got him out there to do what he's doing, they're turning their back on him. They don't they got you to do this and now they don't want to be seen with you. Ooh, Page of Wands. Yeah, now they're going in a different direction. So look at this. You over there with the earth sign. Is that babe? You over there with B? Whatever she pay you, I double it. Now everybody is rejecting you due to this betrayal that you did to get balanced through a new beginning, but you ruined yourself. To be honest with y'all, I really don't think they thought she was going to live through her tour. It was Nikki's will to fight to survive, to follow her intuition that still has her here right now. And this is how this cycle is ending with her, on top. And that's another reason why it feels like he didn't think that this would ever come full circle. They would ever have these conversations because I don't think she was supposed to live through the tour. Spirit guide said that's the truth. That's the big secret. That's the elephant in the room, the high priestess. Um, had she have passed away on that tour, um, the tour company, everybody would have got a huge insurance payout. We're talking about billions of dollars. Billions of dollars. And we're not even talking about her catalog. Got the star here and the ace of pentacles. So Star talks about keeping the faith, hope, healing. Um, Queen of Wands, King of Swords. So yeah, it's like he walked away from her thinking that she was gonna okay, well, she's gonna have these legal troubles. Yeah, I'm telling y'all, it's like they had a plan. Somebody had a plan, allegedly, 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 to take her out on this tour. It was like the legal troubles were supposed to set her up so that there would be a narrative already in place so that when she did allegedly pass away from what could have been an overdose, they could have already had that narrative out in the air and said, well, she has a problem, and everybody would have went along with it. That siren was loud. It was like it didn't cut on to the guy right here. Yeah, this this is also why they so afraid of her being with MAGA, because they don't know what the hell MAGA is figuring out. Yeah, these folks are sorry that they work together. This was literally like a very, very high level secret plan. Yeah, I really don't believe that he expected her to still be around. Everybody celebrated too soon. Yep. And now it's like, okay, well, is lawyers involved? It's a lot of money on deck. Yeah, heartbreak, because this is going in a different direction. Like you should have never accepted this offer. Wishing you never accepted this offer. King of Swords, wish fulfillment, Queen of Pentacles. So yeah, he thought, the wish fulfillment was to go over here and work with Beyonce, the family, like they all had the upper hand. Like y'all, these people really celebrated way too soon. They 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 counted her out. They didn't think she had this much fight in her, but she stood up for herself. She's fighting back, even if she had to fight alone. Eight of Pentacles, the Emperor. So I hope he got a backup job when stuff starts hitting the fan with his employers, because it's gonna be hell and high water for him when it comes to trying to get another job as a DJ. He this is how the devil does. The devil will offer you something that appears to be better, and it'll be good up front. It'll be real cute up front. You'll get everything that you thought you wanted up front, and then the other shoe drops, and you find out that whatever you got can't even cover the karma that you got coming. It's not worth it. Damn, 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 Judas. You you took everything up front, not realizing it was gonna get real thin on the back. So thin that it was gonna start evaporating on you, your opportunities, all of that. You gotta pray these people don't get in trouble, because where in the world are you about to go and work? Wendy Williams is an icon. Nikki is an icon. Child, they ain't gonna even let you ask people, do they want paper or plastic? Like, stop talking to people. Stop talking to people. Go do stock in the back. Lord have mercy. What's to come now that the barbs are exposing Booth? Ooh, yes. Now that the truth is coming out, everybody's walking away from him. He's gonna still try to defend himself, but he don't know how to move forward. He don't know what to do. It's like he's waiting for things to blow over. He figures things will blow over, he'll be good. But it's gonna be even more accelerated. Things are gonna get more accelerated. Yep, because it looks like law officials are coming after this couple that he decided to align himself with, and he's going to lose all his opportunities because of their legal troubles. So, yep. And here he is. Their child. I wouldn't be surprised if some of these barbs get contacted because they're going to want to collect some of these phone calls or the correspondence. Yep. Knight of Wands. He thought that this was going to be in and out and be over fast. Justice. Child, I wouldn't be surprised if Nikki decides to sue him for defamation. Cause really, I mean, she did good letting him leave to go over there and work with them. Because a lot of times when you work with really, really large people, they have no non-compete clause. So she let them all move around as they please. Six of Swords. Like he thought that he was going to get away with this whole entire situation. He still thinks that he's going to, slide through the cracks. But, while he's trying to walk away, it's like people are looking at him real sideways and they're all walking away from him now. Yep, public shame, humiliation, regret. Now that the truth is out. And this is going to affect his relationship over there with Bay because child, she don't need no more eyes on her. Giving her the evil eye, the side eye. Yep. So if she separates from him eventually, or he just don't get much work from them, I wouldn't be surprised. I would not be surprised. Ten of Wands. They could separate from him and do it quietly. So if he's, let's say, Bay is not working right now, so okay, well you can go on tour with my husband. It's like after Jay do these couple of little shows, it ain't gonna be nothing else. And then you got to figure out where all are you gonna work, and a lot of places are gonna be like, hmm, hmm. He probably do some corporate stuff, but come on now, you all the people that don't like Nikki, that don't mean that they don't like Wendy. So either way it goes, it's like child black women ain't safe around you, in my opinion. The Tower and Justice. Yeah, but this is nothing but karmic justice balancing out. You put it out, you reap what you sow. Better get a seamstress. Child, all the times you listen to that and you didn't put it anywhere here in your head. Yeah. So it's like he just thought that this is all laid to rest. I'm over here with the winning team, and now he's sorry. Said a lawyer just exposed Pebble Nation on X for calling LAPD on someone who sued them for ownership of work that he did for Camel back in 2024. Child, scandal after scandal after scandal after scandal. Who have mercy. I told y'all 3 years ago when I did the reading for Tori, I said now that he's convicted, what to expect. And I told y'all in that reading that he will be coming home. And I had people in my comments that were saying, well, I read that he was going to jail. My card said he was going to jail. And I told that person, I said, I go with my angels and my ancestors. I go with what they tell me. And they tell me that he's going to come home. They told me he was coming home. So it wasn't that the person was wrong because he did go to jail. Let's put it on the table. It wasn't that they were wrong, but the way that God showed it to me was he showed me the end first and then played the whole story backwards to the beginning. So I got to see the end, which was him being set free, and then all the things that would happen that would line up until he gets set free. So in that reading, I told y'all there would be scandal after scandal after scandal, and that it would come down to the person who is responsible for him being in prison would keep getting exposed, keep having these scandals. And as Tori gets ready to come home, Tori's going to come home. This person is going to keep getting exposed, and they're going to pass each other like two ships in the night, one going in and one coming out. We're witnessing that right now. Expect an announcement soon with Tori too. Yeah, we got the world here under the Knight of Swords, which talks about a cycle coming to an end for him to be able to go around and give these messages. Oh, thank you. Said you're definitely gifted because you said it passing like two ships in a night. Well, I mean, I can only tell you what, the angels gave me, but they definitely told me, and also in that reading I did state that the person who is responsible for Tori being in there would be accused of being sexually inappropriate with a minor. A couple years later, we get attorney Tony Busby with a minor, she's an adult now, who stated that she was touched when she was a young child. Then we get his alleged son who comes forward and says, my mother gave birth to me when she was 15 and he was like 23, 24. So there it is. The person being accused of being inappropriate with minors. That didn't come out of tarot, that was channeling. We're hearing those allegations now. Took a couple of years for that channel to come full circle, but it did come. Seven of Swords. This is the card of backdooring someone. And now you're sorry. Child, what would make him think that the Barbs wouldn't tell? That's the funniest part. What would make you think the Barbs ain't gonna tell? Yeah, more messages, DMs. Expect more to come out. Expect more to come out. He's not fully exposed yet. So yeah, Boothany, you played yourself, child. You played yourself, and you got to think about how powerful Nikki's energy is. That people will go this far. I mean, literally this far to try to keep her quiet or to just get rid of her. And when it come down to it, it all comes down to insecurity, jealousy, and money. I had said this to someone the other day. Didn't say this in a live, but I'm going to repeat it. In my opinion, I believe that Nikki is the type of woman that Jay Z has always dreamed about, but has been too insecure to ever have. She's everything he ever really wanted, but can't control. People that need control can't control themselves. They need to control everyone around them because they don't have a handle on themselves. When you have full control over your own autonomy, you don't have time to sit up and worry about what the next person is doing. But I really seriously believe that. I believe that he's obsessed with her. You know, he hates her for the same reason that he loves her. If he had the chance to choose, I could see him getting rid of his wife for her. But he can't handle nobody like Nikki. Nikki's way too much for him. Said he's obsessed with her and Rihanna. Let's see. We got the last one of the evening. Elon Musk possibly buying Atlantic Records to make Nikki the CEO. Now, this is definitely a rumor from the internet. Um, we haven't seen anything about this publicly, but something is going on with Atlantic Child because you've got what looks like a Zeus collab. There's all types of things happening at Atlantic. At this point, I wouldn't be surprised if WrestleMania wouldn't, be a partner in Atlantic. It's I don't know what the hell is happening at Atlantic, but it's feeling like juggling, gambling, like it, it doesn't feel like the energy that you would feel for a superpower. Like they're one of like the biggest labels that has ever been out in modern music. And it just feel doesn't feel like it's congealed. Ooh, that felt so good, y'all. Excuse me. Let's see, what deck am I going to use? Atlantic. Ah, I haven't used this one in a very long time. The Stardust Wanderer. Stardust Wanderer, child. Let's see what they doing. Is there any truth to this rumor of Elon possibly buying Atlantic Records? Now, the man who wanted to buy UMG has had a rebuttal against his purchase. So it doesn't look like they're accepting his purchase for now. But I think it's very interesting where the people's money is going that are attached to Trump. We're talking about Atlantic, we're talking about UMG. Very, very intriguing. Show me what's going on with Elon and Atlantic. Page of coins, seven of chalices. Y'all, this actually could be something that could be an option for a new business. It could be an option, not etched in stone, though. King of Swords. Page of Swords. Okay. Okay, Jaquavius, I see you. I see you. So, King of Swords would represent an air sign. Thank you. Many blessings to you, Heavenly Father. Give it back tenfold. Hold on. Try to put some love on that. Y'all gonna let me put some love on this. There we go. Wait a minute. I'm not moving on until I can put a heart on here. Y'all, they don't want me to be great. Y'all see, I'm really trying. They don't want me to be great. There we go. I wasn't giving up. Oh, okay. So allegedly, the King of Swords, which could be an air sign, a Gemini, uh, Aquarius, or a Libra, or someone that is high up in legislation. All of these things could be true at the same time. So looks like he's keeping an eye on everything. Remember, I told y'all Jaquavius loves Nikki. Nikki is like, his extended daughter. So everybody that's messing with his daughter, he's keeping an eye on them. Knight of Chalice. So it looks like an offer. Oh, okay. An offer to the higher ups could have been made, but it definitely looks like Jaquavius is over there maneuvering. It's like he wants to purchase things so that he can own it. Instead of just putting out warrants to alert people, he'd rather purchase things so that he could actually own the company, go through the mainframe, look through whatever he wants to look through because they own it allegedly. So the death card. Oh, thank you. Love you back. Many blessings to you, Heavenly Father. Give it back times 10. So yeah, you got the death card, which talks about a transition. And it means that there has to be a change at Atlantic. Something has to change and it has to change fast because five of coins, child, they running out of money. They're spent allegedly. Allegedly, allegedly, allegedly. They are spent. Yeah, the fool talks about taking a chance. Three of Cups. And this is something that it's plenty gossip about it. There's plenty gossip about it. Child, I wonder how Cardi feels about this gossip. I wonder how Cardi feels about this gossip. Because imagine the number one person that you trying to get their spot. You're trying to move into their spot. You're trying to allegedly get rid of them. And they have people that are petty with plenty of research and plenty of resources that can literally just show up with a bag and say, "Oh, is this your job? Oh, I bought your job today. You no longer work here." Damn. Oh, sheesh. Oh, sheesh. Heartbreak. Eight of oars, eight of wands. It's like things are moving really, really fast over there in a direction that the company it doesn't feel like they're happy with. So they could be still balancing the budget, rearranging things. Now she'll be yelling in italics all the way to unemployment. I'm done. So you got the six of coins here, which talks about, this is giving money to the disenfranchised. So the hermit child, listen, he knows that they're going through the dark night of the soul over there, and it's like, oh, y'all need help, huh? Let me come over here while you at your worst and tanking and getting rid of people and shelving people and releasing people from their contracts, but I want to pay the lower rate. Not the rate that you tell everybody else that you worth. I want the lower rate because I know that y'all got money issues. Y'all, at this point, this is hilarious because it almost gives me the vibe that they are allowing stories to go out just to mess with just to mess with people. Oh shoot. Five of chalices, nine of swords, lots of anxiety, public shame, humiliation, because it's like the way that things are running in this company is like we've been such a superpower all this time. Like we should not be in this position. So this is embarrassing to the company. The emperor and the queen of coins, the hangman. Yeah, whoever is over the company, they're looking at, who are the number one contenders when it comes to who makes the most money for the company. They're only going to stick with the money makers, and it's like right now they don't know how to move forward. Child, look at that, look at that, look at them crows, look at them crows, y'all. Why the crows over here collecting information and telling business? Says she got rid of us, she don't even use us no more for marketing. We need a job too. Yeah, the two of coins. Yeah, they're definitely juggling over there. And two of swords is still cutting. You're going to hear about more people being released from the company, more budgets being cut, more advertising, being done by the artist. So whoever gets the money is who's going to make the money. Like Bruno Mars. Bruno Mars came out with what felt like an emergency album, and then next thing you know, he went on tour, came back, made all this money, and it's like, oh, you want to do another leg? Here you go, Bruno. And Bruno's getting priority because they know they're going to make their money off of him. Four of Cups. This talks about rejecting offers. Because it's under the Knight of Cups. So this lets me know that, child, if you sign to Atlantic, you're gonna have to move like you're independent. Lots of conflict in communications. It's a whole lot going on over here. Through this like deconstructing and reconstructing the company. Death, the Hierophant, the Two of Oars, which is the Two of Wands, talks about like these choices are being made straight from the top. So, oh Lord, Like this is why they don't give a lot of different artists creative control. Cause you gonna do what we tell you to do and make us our money. Yeah, have to go in a different direction because of this singular artist. Page of Swords. Y'all don't be surprised if Cardi get released from this label sometime soon because they're not going to invest anything in anybody that's not going to make them money. They need money right now. Yeah. So you got the Three of Wands falling under the Three of Swords, which talks about heartbreak over an opportunity or being heartbroken over something that they thought was going to be an opportunity. And then here it is, all types of anxiety, no rest for the wicked, no rest for the weary, Nine of Swords. So it's like nobody really knows what's etched in stone over there. Seven of Swords. This is like feeling betrayed, backdoored over money. There's going to be a lot of artists that are going to be upset about the budgets and who gets budgets and who don't get a budget because it's like, damn it, my album flopped or my project didn't do well because I didn't get any marketing, I didn't get any this, I didn't get any that, I couldn't get any money to go on tour. Child, feel like Atlantic about to be ran like the Players Club in a minute because somebody gonna hit that damn that red alert button. Everybody got to get out here and hit the stage. Yeah, Five of Cups and the Hermit. So it's definitely a dark time over there because it's like they keep being humiliated. So yeah, the Hangman. They're waiting things out over there to see how things are gonna go. But y'all, Page of Swords is saying, you know, expect to see and hear more about more cuts, more people being released. Ten of Swords, Nine of Swords. So if we're thinking about how would Cardi feel if this was to happen, child, this would be the ultimate betrayal. Ultimate betrayal. Talking about being shook. If Elon was to buy Atlantic, oh, she knows it's over for her. She knows it's over for her. That would be the biggest betrayal known to man. Um, I mean, she's already in her head about how this deal and everything is going to go with this label. Yeah, because she's got to remain, established, stable, and it's like they're spending money on their big four, and this is how they're going to get their balance through a new beginning. So I don't know who their four top artists are, but that's who's going to be getting the priority. Yeah, the Sun. Yep, more is going to be exposed pretty soon. So it's so much invested in what's happening right now. Three of Chalice. So, she's it's like she's celebrating right now, but she's obsessed with how things are gonna move forward. But it's like it's already a lot over there going on. And this isn't even about Cardi. It's literally like the whole label, everybody that's on the label right now, is just, they got their hands up in the air. They don't know what to expect. Yeah, Atlantic is being very miserly right now. Nobody's really getting any real budgets unless it's like whoever the top four are. So I don't know who the top four are. I know Bruno's definitely getting priority, but it's like we're gonna see it. We're gonna see it. Yep, two of swords, the devil. She Yeah, it's like it's so many people over there that are worried about being cut, being released from their contract, and folks are going broke. So it's not even just about the label, like the artists are going broke. And they say that's the truth. Ace of Swords. I think what happened with Lizzo over this past week definitely um, says a lot, because Lizzo went from being in sold out arenas and doing these big shows and being top priority to having that scandal and then not being able to get too much assistance doing anything. So, yeah, I'm trying to think, like, who are their top artists? We know we got Cardi over there. You got Bruno Mars. Ed Sheeran just left. Page of Chalice and Temperance. So, yeah, but I just mentioned Lizzo. Lizzo's not considered to be in their top four. They're looking at whoever is their top four that makes them money right now. Okay, so Charlie XCX and Lil Uzi. Okay, okay, that makes sense. Yeah, Bruno and Ed, I could see that for sure, keeping the lights on. And Ed just left. And before Lizzo had this situation, like she was in the top four before the legal problems came. Like she was getting ready to do Super Bowl, she was getting ready to go on tour with Beyonce for the Renaissance album. So she was in the top four, but not anymore. You got this, like, just everybody's just like looking for a balance through a new beginning, waiting for messages on how things are going to work out. And it just feels like all the artists feel betrayed, like nobody's getting the information they need or getting the marketing budget or whatever it is that they need as support. Say Coldplay. Okay, Coldplay is probably still making them good money. Page of Swords. So this talks about, we're gonna see how things manifest, because y'all, I'm telling you, there's gonna be more people cut from the label, or more people begging to get out of their contract because they can't get any real support from the label. Not they tried to say my live cut. Child, they be trying it. They be trying it. Queen of Chalice. This talks about following your intuition. Um, and they're obsessed with this following their intuition on what's gonna work for them, what's gonna make them money. Said, well, Zeus is about to make them money because people will show up for the baddies. And I'm telling y'all, they're gonna go with whatever makes the money, which makes sense that this whole thing with Akbar and Cardi. Did Atlantic allow Cardi to have someone come up against her? Is Atlantic orchestrating the deconstruction of Cardi B? There we go. Because if they orchestrated her to be the answer to Nicki Minaj, would it be strange if they were orchestrating her downfall by having people battle against her? Interesting. Are they organizing the deconstruction of Cardi B? Five of Oars, which is the Five of Wands, this talks about fighting to release something or to put something to rest. Yeah, it feels like Atlantic is done with Cardi. So she's fighting to continue to manifest. This is her decision to keep on, pushing forward so that she can keep producing. But it's like a uphill battle. It's literally like her trying to swim up a river fall. There's definitely been words between them that somebody at the company is just definitely not feeling her due to her communication style. And then here it is, going back and forth with Nikki. Like they needed you to go back and forth with Nikki, but they said, "Damn, that's in the past now." That worked in the past. So they're looking at, they're looking at her as someone that has run their course. So wouldn't that be crazy if they signed Trim? I wouldn't be surprised because they're going for whatever is going to bring them the money. Eight of Cups. This falls under the Two of Swords, the Seven of Swords, and the Six of Coins. Y'all, they just want her to satisfy her debt. Yep, they want as much money as they can get back from her. They want her to satisfy her debt, and then it looks like eventually they're going to cut Cardi. So I don't know how much longer Cardi is going to be in music. That doesn't mean she's going to leave entertainment, but it looks like Atlantic is just trying to satisfy the debts at this point. Two of Cups, Five of Coins. Yeah, they're looking at it like every time you get in a relationship, you end up behind the eight ball. Five of Chalices, the Hermit, and the Five of Coins. Yeah, they feel like, this is, an embarrassment. They want to separate. They're, looking at they didn't really get a rate of return on their investment. Yep. So it looks like, hey, we may have brought you in here to fight against somebody, but now you got to earn your keep, or we gonna put you to rest. As far as your contract. So this is put up or shut up. She's definitely going to have to prove to Atlantic that she's worthy of being kept. Like this is Sparta. They're about to really, really make her work for her money. Well, their money. Yeah, King of Cups, Two of Wands. So y'all, that right there shows me that there's a lot of artists on the label who feel some type of way. They're very, very deep in their feelings, but they're trying to let everything balance out to see how this is going to work out, to see what their new placements are going to be. Um, this is where the strong fan bases really are going to be key. They're really, really, really going to be key, because if your fan base is not the type of fan base that really shows up, they're just not investing. So here it is, Justice, which is the card of the Libra. Uh, Cardi's gonna continue to fight as long as she can. Look, look, the Queen of Wands and the Justice. You can't make this up. So that's her and Nikki. I wouldn't be surprised if she doesn't try to drop a diss on Nikki or something soon, because it's. I think that would be foolish, because child, don't compete where you don't compare. You're not on that level of rapping. I mean, you do whatever you want to do. But Eight of Pentacles talks about just trying to keep your head above water to continue to work. The Magician to the Eight of Pentacles, you're just trying to manifest work until you can get that next big contract or the next big deal. Queen of Wands, the two is over here with the Five of Swords and the Star. Child, this gives me the energy. If we can't beat them, join them. If we can't beat them, join them. Like, we can't beat Nikki, we might as well work with her, because we have sent everybody out to say whatever they need to say about her, and it just ain't working good enough. Yep, the devil talking about hella obsessed with the past. Things are moving really swiftly now, and they're going to be cutting and walking away from people very, very swiftly. More people are about to be cut from their contracts, released. Yep, Seven of Chalices. Considering every option that they have, Knight of Oars is like, this gonna it's gonna be like here today, gone tomorrow. So yeah, whoever is over in Atlantic, child, you better know how to market yourself, because it does not look like the budget is budgeting like it used to. And at this point, um, if you don't have a really good standing in social media where you can really get your name out there, I don't feel like it's good to get on these big labels, because the labels don't have the budgets they used to have, and even if they do, y- you're just not going to get it. Like the superstar, the megastar, not This Is Tubi Records. Ooh, Tubi Records, damn. Yeah, you gotta be like a Nicki, a Taylor Swift, a Sabrina Carpenter, a Bruno Mars. You gotta have that type of like buying power. It's that selling power. If you're not able to do that, stay off the big labels. It's not worth it. Just be independent, build everything up from the ground floor. So y'all, I am tired. I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here. Everybody have a wonderful evening. Thank you for joining me for Allegedly Fridays, where everything said is for entertainment purposes only. All things said are allegedly, child. And whew, so it looks like it's a rumor, but at the same token, Atlantic is going through it. Atlantic is going through it. But if it does come into fruition, If it does come into fruition, it feels like it would be to obtain information that could be used legally down the road, which would be ingenious. Happy birthday, Love De Niro. So, if you'd like to get a reading with me, please email me at angelkissestheoracle@gmail.com. 30-minute reading is 44, an hour is 88, an ancestral reading is 111, and a criminal aid reading is 250. I thank all of you. Many blessings to all of you. Thank you for giving out the memberships, and welcome to membership to those that receive a membership invite. There's I got a few that I want to put up between now and Monday for membership, and then I got a couple that I'm going to do for the regular channel. So I'm gonna get my rest, and I'm definitely going to go get my honey because child, I'm not about to be out here itchy and sneezy every time they cut the grass. So I'll talk to y'all soon. Many blessings to everybody. And until next time, you said oh, quickly, Angel. Listen, said, can we get a reading on Wendy's cup? Uh, we can do that. I just won't be doing it tonight because I'm out of energy. I need to get some rest. So I'm gonna lay it down tonight, and we'll come back and kind of like tap in. Who knows? Like I think because membership might be getting an extra day as well. So we're gonna see how that goes. It depends on my schedule. But good night, y'all.